Okay, so I sat down and I was getting ready to put together my March 2021 budget, and I realized it was exactly a year ago that I was putting together my March 2020 budget, and I had no idea what was about to happen in the world. So, you guys, I've learned a few things about budgeting from the 2020 pandemic and the shutdowns, and I want to share those with you today. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katy Almstrom and I'm a financial coach for women. I am so excited today to talk about some of these big lessons that I've learned in the last year about budgeting. So please subscribe to this channel if you haven't. It really supports me, and give this video a like if you're excited to hear what I have to say about 2020 and the shutdowns and what I've learned about budgeting. Okay, so these three things that we're going to talk about today have actually made a big difference in my clients' money plans, budgets, and a difference in my own as well. So we're going to talk about saving more, focusing on the right priorities, and enjoying a rich life. All right, you guys, let's dig right in. So lesson number one that I learned this year is that we really can all be saving more money. You guys, I know this probably goes without saying, but a lot of us experienced income cuts, new kinds of emergencies, situations in our lifestyle that were completely different this year when it came to income, childcare. Our whole lives for many of us got completely uprooted. Now, the biggest issue that I saw over the course of the year was income. And when you lose an income source that you're counting on, all of a sudden, everything that you had in your plan, all of the debt payments you were making, all of the lifestyle costs that you were keeping up with, that is really dependent on your income. And so when your income goes away, all of a sudden, we have to change so many things if we haven't already been intentional over time to save up enough money, to lower our expenses. And so if you found yourself in a situation where your income was cut or you lost an entire stream of income and your lifestyle depended on it, you had to make a lot of really serious decisions quickly about your lifestyle and what was going to stay and what was going to go. When we have more money in savings, we eliminate so much of that stress and so much of that drama. Also, when you have money in savings, you don't have to quickly make those decisions and judge yourself or question yourself or feel guilty about decisions you were making in the past about how you were spending money when all of a sudden you don't have the resources to pay for them moving forward. Sure, maybe we do make some silly money choices, but when we have a savings in place, we're able to slowly and intentionally make decisions moving forward. We don't have to be really reactive and impulsive when it comes to making decisions about how we want to live moving forward. So having some extra savings, really being intentional about putting some money aside for all of the unexpected things or the expected things that are going to come up regardless of what our income is. So stay tuned for next month, because I'm going to do an entire series in March about saving money. But this is one of the big lessons that I learned and that I've been teaching my clients, is just how much more money we should be saving on a regular basis. Think outside the box a little bit. All of my friends in the South, in Texas right now, who are struggling with water and electricity and all of the challenges that have come up with the weather there, that is not something anyone was expecting to happen necessarily. And so how can we prepare ourselves a little bit more financially? There's a lot of things that happened in the last year that none of us were really expecting or anticipating or could even predict what happened. And so having that extra buffer just creates so much more peace of mind when you know that you can cover your expenses and we don't have to go into panic mode or into reactive mode when it comes to choosing how to spend our resources moving forward. Number two, and this one has been interesting for me this year as a coach who really likes to help women pay off their debt quickly. Yes, it's still great to pay off your debt, but I think it is so important that we're focusing on what is the priority right now and what needs to be cash flowed or taken care of in the moment as it comes up. I think it is so crucial that we are no longer dragging things month to month to month that we're being mature with our decisions about money. Instead of ignoring things and putting blinders on when they come up, it is so important that we start facing, how many times can I say crucial and important here? Oh my gosh. Let's focus on actually taking care of what's in front of us and what can be cash flowed right now, what we can prioritize with our resources right now, and not drag it in emotionally, physically, and have it drain us, right, the next month, the next month, the next month. So whether that's putting something on payments that literally drags month to month with us, or we ignore it and put it off and feel the weight and the burden of wanting to take care of something next month. This could be something like a small repair in your house, where every time you look at it, it irritates you, it annoys you. Maybe it's a broken doorknob, maybe it's too many lights have gone out. Whatever the case is, like, it could be something just really small. We have a leaky faucet right now that I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is, and we're gonna fix that thing because it's starting to drive me crazy. But little things like that, just take care of them in the moment. And this could be something bigger, like maybe someone needs to go to the dentist, a bigger house repair. Instead of putting it off, potentially making the problem worse, something with your car, dealing with it in the moment and not making yourself so wrong for putting off paying extra payments on your debt or putting as much in savings as you wanted to. Obviously, step one was let's save more. But step two is let's be mature and use that savings and use our resources for the things that are most important now. And thing number three is that we all need to be living a slightly more rich life. And not necessarily slightly. Maybe you need to be living a much more rich life. And what do I mean by this? I don't mean go out and use your credit card and just buy all the things that you want. We need to get crystal clear about when we are wealthy, when we are debt-free, there's money in savings, and we can do the things that we want to do all the time. We feel financially free. We feel that contentment and that ease. What is going to make you feel rich? What are those things in your life that you are going to actually want to spend your money on? Who are you going to be as that rich version of you? There are so many things that you can do right now to take steps in that direction that don't even cost you very much money. Maybe you have some nice things in your home that you keep hidden away because you don't want them to get used up, or you don't want to have them get broken or ruined. Let's use the rich things in our lives now and experience that. Let's declutter the things that we don't actually need or want in our lives and make room and space for the things that do matter. If a rich life to you means spending more time outside, if it means doing things with people that you love, if it means having the time to read a book without putting it on 2x on Audible, if it means that you just want to buy the slightly more expensive chocolate or the organic vegetables, and so you make room for that by avoiding the last minute takeout order. What are those things for you? This year, if it's taught me anything, is that we can actually start to live our rich lives every single day a little bit more. What are one or two things that you can commit to upgrading a little bit? You can commit to really bringing the richness that you're excited about in your future into your present right now. I'll tell you, one thing that I love are houseplants, and I just put off buying them even though they're like, I don't know, $10, $15, $20. And so that is something that I'm making room for in my budget. These two actually survived with me throughout 2020. What a win. But I've got a few more upstairs that I'm excited about. And so that is something that I've committed to. Having sort of a richer space for me means more plants, and it just feels a bit more like an oasis. So that's something I'm committing to. I'd love to know what you're doing to make your life a little richer in 2021. So share it below in the comments. Let me know what is something that you can commit to doing a little bit differently, a little more richly. So let's do a quick recap. Number one, we're going to save more, because if we've learned anything this year, anything can happen. And I just want us to get in the habit of saving a little bit more every single month consistently so that we are prepared. Number two, let's focus on priorities. So what is actually facing you this month that you want to deal with, that you want to take care of, that would be a mature use of your resources, moving you in the right direction. And let's just do that. Even if it means we're not saving as much money or putting as much money towards debt, if we're taking care of the things that are most important, using the resources that we do have, you are being a good steward of your money. You are taking care of the priorities. You are using your resources wisely. And then lastly, let's live that rich life that all of us desire so much. And that doesn't mean, like I said, going out and just spending money on whatever you think is fancy. It means making more room in your life and in your budget for things that actually matter to you and make you feel like you. What is going to light you up in 2021, and how are you going to make room for that rich life? Stay tuned. Next week, I'm going to kick off a whole month of savings. So all the different ways to save money, emergency funds, sinking funds, miscellaneous, fun money, all the different ways that we can set money aside and really make the most out of our resources every single month so that we are prepared. So get excited for that. And again, please subscribe to this channel. It really supports me. I appreciate you being here, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye for now.